So we're going to have a great time tonight. I'm super excited about what's getting ready to happen in the company. So our advanced compensation plan, here we go. And hopefully the folks on YouTube are able to see what's going on, and this will work out for you. Because again, as I said before, this is experimental, and hopefully it'll work for you. All right, so the advanced or the enhanced compensation plan. I'm going to go over some of the ways that we make money in the new comp plan, and I want to make sure you understand that our emphasis is on long-term business building. So that's the most important thing, long-term business building. And actually, I'm going to cut out some of these chimes. Hold on one second. Okay. Our emphasis is on long-term business building. And so in the past, some of the ways that the comp plan was set up was about people just kind of making money just at the beginning, focusing on a quick start or focusing on a team bonus. So people would kind of pop in and pop out. They would make a little money, but then they would, not stay for the long run. We want people to be in this business for the long haul. We always say that it's a 3 to 5 year run, and truly longer than that. When you look at our new Diamond Senior Vice President, Tashina Anderson has been in the business almost 10 years. And so we really want to have the kind of income that folks like that have. You have to be in it for the long haul. We also want to focus on real customers. So many times we are doing things based on internal consumption. It's okay to have some internal consumption, because we do want you to be on your own products and services. We do want you to have the kind of customers, or have the kind of services and products that you can share with others, you can sample out, you can talk about knowledgeably. But we also want you to get outside customers. We want you to have people on your products and services that will continue to buy that product or be on that service month after month after month and year after year. And so the company is really focusing on that, and they want to make sure that you are able to get outside customers, real customers, and also simplifying everything. When you think about what it takes to be qualified, what it takes to meet some of the obligations in the company, sometimes people get a little bit confused about what's happening. And we just want to make sure that you're not confused. We want to make sure that people see the business as a simple business, which is what it truly is. And so with that, people are able now, with a simple process, to just focus on building customers and getting business partners. And then we're going to be also focusing in the new comp plan on packages. So when you think about the way people buy products and services when they are first getting in the business, there's going to be some ways that are going to make the whole process very simple for folks, so that they can get products and services that are going to be useful for them, and they're going to get them at a reduced cost. So what we also want to do is focus on the different ways that we make money. So the first way is now that there will be a commission on product sales. So many of you are very good at getting new customers on our products. They are high five products, or the coffee. And we're excited about that you are doing well with that. Well, wouldn't it be great to now be compensated for that, and to be able to get that money back that you are put in? So what we're going to be having is 10 to 20% commission on product sales. So when you think about your product sales, and I'm going to give you some real examples in another slide, you're talking about 10 to 20% on the retail price. So whatever that customer is paying for that, you're going to get 10 to 20% off of that. And the level, whether it's 10%, 15%, or 20% commission, will be based on the number of personal customer points that you have. So there'll be a range, and there'll be a way to get more commission if you get more personal customer points in your book of business. So the example here, using that 20% commission on product sales, if you had $500 in product sales in a month, we're talking about an additional $100 that's going to come back to you. Now, some of that may be internal consumption. It may be things that you get yourself. So think of it like a 20% coupon, that you get that money back. But hopefully you're getting outside customers, and so you're getting a commission off of that. So you can really become someone who is focusing, if that is your forte, on getting, um, you know, lots of customers and getting a commission off of that. In addition, our customer clubs will change. So previously we had 100 customer club, we had 200 customer club, and there was an amount that was paid out each month based on how many were in the club, and then there was a finite amount in the pool, and that money got divvied out. So from month to month, you didn't really know exactly what the customer club would pay out. It could be a lot, it could be, $500, $600, and then if there was a whole bunch of people in the pool, it might come down to $400 or $200, where they're going to be stabilizing those numbers. So now the customer clubs will be the 50 customer club and the 100 customer club. Now the difference is that now the customer clubs will be based on the number of personal billing customers, not customer points. So when we're thinking about what's happening in our book of business, we may have 200 customer points, but when we look at the actual billing customers may be more, maybe closer to 50 or 60. The best way to look at that, when you look at your My 5 Links app, so the app that you can pull up on your phone, it's really great because you can see right at the top of the app on that first page that says overview, it'll tell you how many actual billing customers you have. So you'll be very clear about how many is in there. We know people have been gaining a lot of points through the residual points, the residual retention points that have been added every month. That's fantastic. That has pushed some people to the 100 customer club and the 200 customer club. And we're proud of you for doing that. But we now want the emphasis to be on actual billing customers. A billing customer is an actual product or service. So if one person has 5 services or products from you, that would be 5 billing customers, versus if they had 5 services from you and each of those services were 2 points each, you'd have 10 customer points. So do you see the difference? So what we want to do is make sure that you are now able to focus on building residual income through actual billing customers. And the great thing is, you don't have to get those extra 2 customers per month that had been the previous requirement for the customer clubs. So let's say you were in the 100 customer club. In order to get that payout each month, you have to add 2 new customers, billing customers, to your book of business. That's no longer the case starting tomorrow. Now, let's say you're in the 50 customer club, it will pay out $250 a month if you have 50 billing customers. And if you have the following month the same 50 billing customers, you'll get $250 the next month, and it'll continue. Same thing with 100 customer club, 100 billing customers will pay out $500 per month. And even if you don't get an additional 2 billing customers, you will still get $500 the next month. So that's really exciting. But for some of us, that's going to change the way we do business, because if we've been really focusing on, just kind of riding those retention points and just kind of looking at that and hoping that, you'll get to the 100 customer club through those, well, then you may want to focus more on getting actual billing customers. Another piece of the ways that we make money in the new comp plan is the free with 5. Now, that is not a new concept, right? So we do know that the free with 5 has been going on for a while, but there's been less emphasis on it. So the way the free with 5 works is when you get 5 referrals. So let's say you have a particular product, maybe a text alert product, and you get 5 additional customers, billing customers of text alert, then your text alerts is free. And that works the same way with all your customers. So let's say you get a barbershop on your text alerts. The text alerts product is something that they love, and they talk to a bunch of other barbershops, salons, and nail shops, and 5 people become customers through that barbershop. Well, guess what? The barbershop gets their text alerts for free. And so they're happy because they're no longer paying for the service, and they can share that with their customers. And so it can be this unlimited network of people who are continually adding 5, 5, and 5, and they're getting that service for free. We really want you to focus on that and using your network of people and your satisfied customers to build that enhancement. So let's use some sample calculations. I just wanted to keep it simple. So let's say in a month you have $500 in product sales, and we could do that if we round up with 5 of the high 5 samplers, which are normally $99. We're going to say they're $100, okay? So if you have 5 of those, right, you get 20%, let's say you get 20% commission on that. That's $100 extra that's coming in every single month. You got 5 people on that high 5 sample. Now, you're doing your free for 5. So you've got 5 customers, right? You also have the high 5 sampler, so yours is free. So now you've saved $100, and they always say a penny saved is a penny earned, and it's true. So now you're not having that overhead for the sampler, okay? So that's $100 in savings. In addition, let's say because you've been continually getting customers, you're in the 50 customer club. I said before that 50 billing customers gives you $250 per month. Now, when you have that, we're talking about a total for the month of $350 that shows up every month, as long as you maintain those customers, plus a $100 savings. So it's almost like an extra $450 in your pocket, at least $350 cash, and then that $100 savings. So let's look at another calculation. I wanted to give an example with our coffee, our Montevita, because that is something that we know is very popular. People love it. Let's say you're an executive director. And an executive director, you sell 20 Montevita K-Cups, okay? So we know that those are $39.95 a month on auto ship. In the old comp plan, the executive director would make an $11 CV. Now remember, CV is commissionable value, so that's what gets paid out to the field, and for that position, Montevita pays out $11 to the executive director. That's what you make, that's it. Now under the new comp plan, an executive director would make $157.95. Look at that. In addition, let's say that person is in the 50 customer club. That's an additional $250. So now what we have is $250 for the 50 customer club plus the $157.95, right? So that's the additional money that's in the comp plan, which again will be explained in detail tomorrow in the co-founders webinar. I didn't want to get too deep on the calculations, but I just wanted to show this example of $407.95 that an ED can make just from selling the Montevita. And so when you think about what you're making now, that could be an additional amount, or maybe that's the first amount. Maybe you weren't making that much money, and now you can look at over $400 that's coming into your household. And that's just with one product. So this is an additional way that you make money in this new comp plan. ET in 30 days is going to pay out $200. Now, we really think this is important because we're building long-term leadership, and we don't want people who are focusing on the quick start, if they say they miss the mark, to think that that's it, that there's no more money in the plan. There's lots and lots of money in the plan. So if they do get their quick start bonus, which is what we're pushing everyone to do, we're going to be ET making machines, bam, there's $200 that gets paid out to that person, and they're excited. They automatically have a return on their investment, and it's a fantastic thing. So an additional enhancement is something called the ET and ED quick start check match. Well, what the heck does that mean? Well, we just said that when someone is an IMR and they hit ET in their first 30 days, they're going to make $200. Well, the great thing about the unlimited check, the quick start check match is not only does that IMR that just hit ET, which we know is 2 business partners and 15 customer points, right, in their first 30 days, not only does it pay out $200 to that IMR who hit ET, it also is now going to pay their upline. So their upline ET, right, is going to get $100, and the upline ED is going to get $100. So now you're rewarded for building leadership. So you're happy, you're excited that this person has hit their quick start bonus, they got their $200, but you're also happy and excited for yourself because now you got paid for your efforts. You got paid for cultivating leadership. And so now there's $400 that gets paid out. Now, if someone is an IMR who hits ET in their first 30 days, 200 is paid out, and there's no ET above the IMR. So let's say you're an executive director who has an IMR that becomes an ET in their first 30. The $200 pays out to the ED because there's no executive trainer between the IMR and the executive director. So I know that the ED is like, woo, I get $200, not $100. So it's really, really exciting to have that. And this is at unlimited levels. So you could be someone who is actually, you know, an ED, and there's an IMR that comes in way down a leg. Let's say that it's just a bunch of IMRs, way down. And someone maybe in the 4th level comes in the business and hits their ET in 30 days. Well, it still works for you because now you still have, because there's no ET in between you two, you get that $100 ET and you get the $100 ED check match. So you're still building, you're still connecting to people who are further down in your lines as you continue to work your business. You know those legs grow. And so it's great to continue to pay attention and cultivate everyone in your business that's new. Also, if you're at a higher level, let's say you're a national director or even a senior vice president, if there's no executive trainer between you and that IMR that just hit ET in first 30 days, you're going to get paid out. Because remember, if you're a national director, you're also an ET and an ED if there's no one in between you and the person who came into the business. So you're still going to get those payouts. And so again, it's important to continue to cultivate leadership and help people to achieve ET. So you just become an ET making machine. That's what we've always said is this business is about, is focusing on building leadership. If you can get the ET, you can get the diamond. And so we want everyone to push people to do that and duplicate ET throughout the organization. We also we no longer have our team bonuses. So now we are going back to just our customer acquisition bonuses, or CABs. You hear us talk about CABs a lot. Well, the CABs have been greatly increased. They've been greatly increased and enhanced. And so the CABs are now ranging between $20 and $365 per rep. So if anybody remembers, you know, some of the old presentations and old slides, it was, you know, stair step on this presentation slide that showed the CABs. Well, that is back, but there's even more money in the plan, so it's really exciting. So between $20 and $365 per rep based on your pin position you're going to get for CABs. So just think, if you are an executive trainer or an executive director and someone new comes into your business, whether you bring them in or not, a CAB is going to be released so that you can get paid every time someone on your team does something. And what I'm recognizing is that what's happening on the YouTube page is, the slides are not advancing. I'm not really sure why. So I apologize for that. Like I said, I was trying something new, but what I'm hopefully doing via audio is going to still be clear and helpful to people. We also have something called leadership development bonuses in the new comp plan. And so in leadership development bonuses, you're going to be paid through 4 levels of national directors. So for someone right now who is an executive trainer or executive director, it's not really that meaningful to them. But as you continue to build your business, and you will, and you'll continue to grow, and you'll hit national director, and you'll have national directors underneath you, you will get paid through 4 levels. So when you think about someone who has depth in their organization, instead of them being cut off, which is what usually happens if you break new leadership, if they're no longer being cut off in the comp plan, they're still being rewarded for the development of leaders in their business. And I know all the senior vice presidents are super excited about this new part of the comp plan, because certainly whenever we break new leadership, sometimes we take a hit financially, and that won't be the case because we're doing what we're supposed to do, which is develop new leaders. An additional enhancement is this. There's going to be a change in the number of qualified IMRs that you'll need to have at each PIN level. So we now have, for executive trainer, you have to have 2 qualified IMRs in your legs of business. So in other words, you want to make sure that you're at least 2 wide, okay? At executive director, you have to be 4 wide. National director, you have to be 6 wide now. At senior vice president, you have to be 8 wide. And at platinum, you have to be 10 wide. Now, some of you are panicking right now and thinking, oh my God, tomorrow's July 1st. I'm, an ED and I'm only 3 wide, and what's going to happen? Please know that 5 Links recognizes that people will need time to get in compliance, and so they're going to give a long period. The amount of time hasn't been set yet, but it's going to be something like between 90 days or 3 months and 6 months. So you'll have plenty of time to do what you need to do. But understand why this is important and why it's important for you to go wider than you are. In the way the comp plan used to be set up when Kirk and I got involved in the business opportunity is that we had to have 6 wide, just as an executive director. So we had 6 people in our front line. And so understand that when you do that, you're building a stronger foundation for your position, right? So your position is going to be strong. You have more legs that are moving. In addition, you're building your residual income. So people on that old comp plan years back were making a lot more money. So right now in your head, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is more work, I've got to get more people in my business, what are they doing? Understand that this is all for your good, because now you'll be able to make bigger checks and you'll have a solid foundation for your residual income. And that's what this is all about. So like I said, don't worry, you'll have time to make this happen, but you definitely want to be in phase 1, which is what we always say. You can't just manage people. You've got to be bringing in people into your business yourself, in addition to helping other folks in your downlines to build their businesses. So the results of all these enhancements in the comp plan are more money, rewarding customer acquisition, not just building for, PIN levels or quick payouts, quick start bonuses, team bonuses. People that are really focused on getting real customers are now being rewarded. And many of you on this call fall into that category, because I know what you're doing, and you probably haven't felt like you've been getting compensated in the way you'd like to because of your great customer acquisition skills. Well, guess what? You're now being rewarded. And so starting tomorrow, it's on. Also, we're going to be focusing on building leadership. So continuing to help people to not just come in the business. I remember Platinum Senior Vice President Barry Johnson would always say, don't just get a rep, but get a rep a check. And really, that's the philosophy we have to do. We can't just be happy that somebody signed into our business if they're not making any money or becoming or building their business and becoming new pin positions. So we have to focus on getting people to executive trainer. That's it, executive trainer. If you get them to ET and show them how to get other people to ET, they'll build, and they'll be EDs and NDs and SVPs, platinums and diamonds. And then we're also focusing on long-term leadership. Long-term leaders, people that are in this for the long haul, 3 to 5 year run, longer, to really live the life you've always wanted to live. Those are the people we want. We always say we're not looking for everybody, and we're not. We're truly looking for people who are looking for us, who want to put in the time to build this long term. If somebody's just trying 5 links out for 3 months, this isn't the business for them, because we always say you don't get rich quick, but you get rich steady. So I'm very, very excited about the new enhancements to this comp plan. I wanted to just hit on some main points so that when you see the webinar tomorrow, this is not all hitting you as a brand new concept. You'll hopefully be able to say, oh yeah, I remember Timmy was talking about this. And you'll be able to see it in a great simplified format that the co-founders have put together. I've seen the PowerPoint, it looks great, and they'll be able to walk you through the steps so that you understand how you make money. Keep in mind though, that the average person is not thinking about all the multitudes of levels and calculations of the comp plan. They just want to know how their check's going to be different from month to month. So everyone on this call, as you're working in your own business and working with your team, we want you to just focus on that. How can I increase the monies that are coming into my household by building business partners and customers? That's all we're doing all day. So we want to make sure you're on the co-founders webinar. It's going to be a call, so you can certainly do audio like you did tonight, but I definitely recommend that you watch the webinar as well. It's going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you just go to webinars.5links.com. Webinars.5links.com is going to allow you to register so that you can see the visual presentation. And so that's going to be very, very important, I think, as you continue to move forward. And lastly, the presentation, opportunity presentation, is going to change. So with that, you will have to learn that. The leadership is already aware of it. They already have the slides. The leadership meaning the senior vice presidents and platinum senior vice president. And so you probably are going to want to lean on them, for the first couple of days until you can get a hold or get a handle on the new opportunity presentation. But it's nothing to be worried about. Everyone, has had to learn the opportunity presentation at some point, and we know that practice makes perfect. I was actually practicing it all afternoon so that I could get it right. What we will also make available on the 5linkskeys.com website is a video of the opportunity presentation so that you'll be able to hear someone actually do the presentation. You'll know what the nuances are, and you'll know how to present it to people. But we're super excited about the direction of the company. This is all necessary in order to build 5 links to $1 billion. And so hopefully you're excited about what's going to happen. Just know that anytime we have some changes or modifications, it can be a little bumpy at first as everyone is adjusting, but then it smooths out. So all we need you to do is to stay plugged in, to stay positive, be open to new experiences, and guess what? You're going to see your check go up. So again, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, webinars.5links.com. You'll get the full opportunity, the full compensation plan presentation. It's going to be great. So again, we love y'all. We'll definitely be around in your upline to answer questions after you see the co-founders webinar. So don't bombard us with questions until you've seen it, because some of the questions that you may ask can definitely be taken care of after you see the webinar. The same way we encourage you to have your guests or your prospects watch the opportunity presentation before they get on a 3-way call, because they'll have a bunch of questions. Well, that's the same philosophy with you. just get all the information, and then if there's some things that are unclear, your upline is happy to answer questions for you. All right. So thank you so much for being on the call tonight. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Again, sorry for the Google Hangouts snafu. I certainly tried to get it going, but technology, right? So we'll definitely see you on the webinar tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. This call is officially over. Have a good night.